let's just do some quick updates here. So the Trigger Platinum Sump, I'm still having some issues with the roller. So when it starts to build up, and I think it's mainly because this, if you can see that, I can move it back and forth. So I think as it turns, it kind of like moves to one side or whatever, and it causes it to bunch up every time on this side, and then this side gets kind of baggy and loose. I showed it in a previous video, kind of how it had some like sagging parts to it. So for now, what I've been doing is every time I just, cut the, well, you can see it right here. So see how it kind of like didn't roll right and was bunching up on one side. So this is the section, I just took it off and I cut this section off, and then I just restart the roll. But yeah, I mean, having a little bit of an issue with that, which for the money this thing cost, you shouldn't have any issues. But I think what I'm gonna try to do is maybe get a little piece of cardboard and stick, there's a little gap in between the roll holder on each side, and I think I'm going to get a piece of cardboard and stuff in each side just to try to center it more and see if that helps anything. Other than that, I mean, you can see what is kind of pulling out. You can see how dirty the rolls are getting, and you can adjust that, like I said before, and you can let it get even dirtier or trap more than that before it actually rolls up any. There it goes now. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, that was the auto top off. Skimmer still doing fine. No real issues with it other than when I tune it, it seems to kind of just change and vary a good bit. It just doesn't seem consistent. And I've seen other videos where people talked about that with reef octopus. I think what's his name that does the Mr. Saltwater Tank or whatever, Mr. Saltwater TV, he had mentioned before about it, and I can kind of see that, but not having a lot of experience with other skimmers. I'd mentioned in a video before, back in the day I had super cheap hang on the back skimmers and stuff like that when I started out. The last tank that I had a reef octopus, but I had like the original series and model. And I don't remember really having any problems with it, which I wouldn't call this a problem. It's just when you try to tune and adjust it, it's just not consistent. So, but it's still working fine, so no big issues. I'm not trying to get rid of it or do something else there. The algae scrubber. So they're still out of stock on the little light, I don't want to call it filter, like barricade or blocker or whatever that goes on both sides of it. I don't know when they're going to be back in stock, so I just cut out a piece of cardboard to put there right now because I didn't, want algae growing everywhere, like especially there or in this tube. Let's see, I don't know if I can get you a good view or not. It is starting to get some algae in it. Let me just take the lid off and hold the phone over the top. Maybe you can see something. With the light on, I might have to turn it off to get a better view. It is starting to get some algae in there. So we'll just, I think right now it's mainly like a brown algae, but we'll see what all develops in there. But so far so good. I mean, no issues with it. Like I'd stated before, the reason for putting that mesh bag on there, you can see algae that is trapped, like building up in there. So like I said, I'd seen another video on a forum where somebody had pointed that out. So that's why I put the like mesh filter bag on there. So I am getting some buildup coming out. So then I'll just periodically change that out. Otherwise, I mean, nothing else much going on here. What they call it when you get the buildup on the heaters and all, like precipitation or whatever when you're dosing. Got a good bit building up on the heater. I guess that's fine. I guess I'll periodically, I mean, I'd say probably every maybe 3 to 6 months or something, just take it out and clean it off. I'm only running the one heater in here. I think I'd mentioned it before. I used to, before I'd run 2 to have a backup, but right now, the way I look at it, like, you know, that's a large one and it's more than capable. I think that's 600 watt, more than capable of taking care of this tank. And if it goes bad, I have another one for a backup that I can throw in the tank. So if the temperature starts dropping, you know, I'll get the alert on the apex, and then, you know, if I'm at work or whatever, I can come home and switch it out. So I don't think I'll suffer any losses if it does go out. I think I'll be okay. So let's see, I still haven't cleaned up my cabling back on the corner yet. I got to work on that at some point. Still using the 2 little fishes reactor for carbon. Because like I said, I'm probably going to change that to something else, but I still haven't decided what yet. As far as, I like the Nios better, and I guess I was kind of spoiled with it. I don't like this one, you know, hanging off the side of the sump really, and then having to disconnect the lines every time to take it and change out the media in it. And then with the Nios, I could put media in it and run water through it and rinse it out, and this one I can't. So I have to kind of rinse the media beforehand and then put it in. So I don't know, I just, you know, I don't like it as much. I want to go a different route, but it's mainly space, which I can rearrange some things. I could almost, like this first pump for the algae scrubber, I could probably move it over there to that corner. Maybe my probes are over there. I could probably move to that corner and maybe move the skimmer a little. I still don't know. It's mainly the space coming out for the algae scrubber. I don't know if I can still get that Nios back in here or not. I liked it. No issues with it. I would for sure run one if possible. I just don't think I'm gonna be able to get it to work with all that I have going on in here. I don't know, I might try to look at it again. Either that or I'll find a different type of reactor to put in there. Put my piece of cardboard back on. No, that looks wonderful. But like I said, nobody ever sees in here. I've never had anybody come to my house and say, oh yeah, let me look at your plumbing or under or in the cabinet or whatever. You know, most people, I really feel like most people come over and look at the tank and don't even know any of this type stuff exists under the tank. They think it's just all within, you know, and running, and don't really pay attention to that stuff. They just want to see what's in the tank itself. So, dose doing fine. That sucker is kind of noisy. Some people have pointed that out before, but I mean, it's kind of in a formal living room here, which is just turned into the kids' playroom, and so it really doesn't matter. This tank isn't in a bedroom, so I wouldn't, you know, not trying to go sound-wise, but if that thing wasn't a bedroom, it would wake you up for sure. Let's see. That's probably going to be about it. Just waiting to see what all corals I get in Friday, and then I'll do a video with that, and then still working on the lighting situation. That'll be it. Just a couple things I wanted to point out. You know, I mainly just wanted to talk a little bit about the filter roller here, and it not really working to, you know, I would say not working at 100%. It's just I'm having a little issue with it. Nothing major, but I just, you know, something I would expect more out of it. And then the algae scrubber, hoping to see some more algae develop on that pretty soon. I'm still running the light on it 24/7 right now. So after I start seeing a little more algae, then I'll probably scale that back to just running during the off times of the regular light. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. You know, let me know if you have any questions about anything. Thanks for watching.